Bucs fans, what's going on? You're watching Bucs Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Reid Bartkus. Wherever you're watching from, thank you very much for tuning into this episode. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about the 2026 NFL Draft. I have a 3-round mock draft for you guys. Now, I really hope that the guys that I picked today are there because the draft that I did was a PFF mock draft, just for future reference. And sometimes PFF, it's realistic at some points, and then other times it's like, oh, that guy's not going to make it there. So we're kind of going to take it with a grain of salt, but I'm going to do a ton of these leading up to the 2026 NFL Draft, and we're going to talk about it. But that is why you subscribe, because I will be talking about the NFL Draft, free agency, and many, many more. News, rumors, analysis. I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on Zach Robinson, so make sure you subscribe and check for that video later on, because we need to figure out if he's actually a good OC or not. But we want to hear from you. This is Chat Sports. This is not Reid Sports. We want to talk about sports, talk about the Bucs, and I'm a Bucs fan. You're a Bucs fan. That's why I'm doing it, making fun, entertaining content for you. I'm no insider. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm just making additional Tampa Bay Buccaneers content for you to watch maybe when you're at lunch or, hanging out in the car and you want to watch a YouTube video. Here we are. We are currently at 878, and I think right before I started this video, we are at 880 subs. Trying to get to 1,000 subs. More subscribers equals more videos. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will start off that first video shaving off my mustache, just for fun, because why not have fun on the internet? All right, now to talk about the 2026 NFL Draft. The Buccaneers team needs defense. No, I'm just kidding. But a little bit. It's a lot of defense. Edge rusher and linebacker, these are 1A and 1B. It just depends on how the board falls. If you end up taking an edge rusher because all the linebackers are gone, or you take a linebacker because all the good edge rushers are gone. Not all of them are gone. Just talking about the ones that you should be picking with your first-round pick. Now, speaking of first-round pick, we have number 15. And I hate number 15 pick. It is sort of in the middle, sort of in the beginning. Means you had a terrible season, but it means you're not going to get one of the top touted guys that everyone's clamoring for, like a Fernando Mendoza or a Ruben Bain. But we have number 15, number 46 in the second round, and then third round we have number 77. Now, right now, with no compensatory picks or anything like that, the Bucs have their own picks throughout the entire draft. So unless they trade, Jason Licht might make a trade up, trade down, or anything like that happens, the Bucs will just outright pick. So to start off the mock draft that I had, like I said, it's PFF, so take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, but with the number 1 overall pick, it is always going to be Fernando Mendoza for the Las Vegas Raiders. This is sort of known. If this is not Fernando Mendoza, I think our Raiders host Mitchell Renz will chemically combust. But with the second pick, the New York Jets select Caleb Downs. That's interesting. Okay. Jeremiah Love going number 3 to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Arvell Reese, somebody who, if he's not going number 4, he's never going to make it to number 15, but I would love to have him on the roster. But he goes number 4 to Tennessee. Jordan Tyson goes number 5 to the New York Giants. They need some help with Malik Neighbors coming back. That would be awesome to give some weapons for Jackson Dart. David Bailey, unfortunately, goes number 6 to Cleveland. Interesting that they didn't take a quarterback this time. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Cleveland goes David Bailey. I would love to have him land at 15, but it seems like he's not going to. Carnell Tate going to the Washington Commanders at number 7. Peter Woods from Clemson going to the Saints at number 8. Number 9. Gosh dang Chiefs. Taking my guy that I would take with our pick. If Sonny Styles makes it to 15, I am slamming the table for him. He is an insane athlete, insane linebacker to have on your roster if you're losing Levante David. And we only have 2 linebackers on our squad right now. So Kansas City steals Sonny Styles from us. Ruben Bain, another edge rusher off the board, goes to Cincinnati. And then Jamal McCoy goes to the Dolphins. He's from Tennessee at number 11. Keldrick Folk, number 12, going to Dallas. Once again, another edge rusher off the board. Getting a little close here. And then Mansour Delane, number 13, going to the Rams. That would be the Falcons pick, but they got James Pierce Jr. last year and traded their pick to the Rams. And then, I was practicing this name before we went and filmed this video, but Francis, it's Mayagoa. I just, Francis, I am so sorry, but you go to the Baltimore Ravens. And then here we are, number 15, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Cashius Howell. I think a couple of you, if you've been doing your research a little bit, he was mocked to the Buccaneers a couple times, but he comes to us at number 15, Cashius Howell, the edge rusher out of Texas A&M. I mean, I love this pick, if he's there. Like I said before, it's a PFF draft. Sometimes the AI and the simulator will take certain people off the board, but I think he's been mocked to the Buccaneers enough for me to say that I love this pick, and I think this is a realistic choice for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Earlier in the video, I said it's either edge rusher or linebacker, 1A, 1B, just how it falls. Sonny Styles goes. That would be my number one pick if I were going to take a linebacker. But we end up with Cashius Howell. He's an incredible athlete. Incredible burst off the line. I was watching some highlights, and dude, the guy, he has one move, but it's just you dip under and you beat the left tackle or right tackle. He can play on both sides. He has incredible speed, incredible burst off the line, and he's exactly what this defense needs. I've said this before, but in 2025, 31 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks, 41 pressures, 6 pass breakups. The guy flies around the field if he's not rushing the passer. He is just an insane athlete in terms of being able to move laterally, being able to beat offensive linemen off the ball if you want to power rush or if you just want to slip through and get to the quarterback. And he is really good against the run as well. He really good with his eyes is what I've seen, is he can sort of analyze the play pretty quickly and see if where he needs to fill in gaps in the run defense. And that's, excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's exactly what we need on this defense. And I mean, he has consistently been good in his position, and coming from Bowling Green, then starts to produce in Texas A&M, and that's a really good sign, is when you continually get better at a higher level, that's what we're looking for. Production. He becomes an instant starter across from Yaya Diaby. Yaya Diaby had a solid season. He's got it up here. His leadership's there. He's coming back for a great season. And he said if he becomes a captain, which I agree that should happen, he's going to have some talks with Todd Bowles about how to run practice, maybe their goals for the season. So having him across Yaya Diaby, them two, really, really, really good going into the 2026 season with a real production guy and a real threat to offenses on the line. He becomes an instant starter day one. That's what we're looking for to bolster up this defense. Now, like I said earlier in the beginning when I was sort of introing the show, this is all about you guys. I do this for you. I'm just a Bucs fan, just like you guys. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Who's your dream pick at number 15 for the Buccaneers? Now, I already said it. Mine is Sonny Styles. I just think he is an insane athlete and really good for this defense and the team needs that we have right now. But if you guys have somebody that you are clamoring or banging the table for, please let me know in the comments section. I know there's going to be a lot of comments of people talking about different people, but I look at every comment. So I hope you guys let me know who your dream pick is in the comment section, and prove you know ball in the comments below. Let me know. Now, with the second round pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft is another defensive player. It is Deontae Lawson, the linebacker out of Alabama, with pick number 46 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this guy, he is, I'll say it again, like a lot of the linebackers, he's an incredible athlete, but I think he really fills the need of a linebacker. If I'm going to say our team needs our edge and linebacker, and we don't go edge and linebacker in the first couple picks, I think I'd be lying to myself. But he is a great athlete and a good frame for a linebacker. Now, He is a bit smaller, sort of like that last line says, and he gets locked up with O linemen a little bit. And I think that in the NFL, when guys are going from the college to the pros, when you got a young guy like Deontae Lawson, I think you want him to have a good baseline and a good frame for a linebacker. And then these guys in the NFL, the coaches can beef him up a little bit, get him in the weight room, and really put some weight on him to help with that with that weakness, I guess I'd say. But he's great in zone coverage and matches up well versus tight ends and running backs. The zone coverage is huge for us. I want a guy who will go after the ball, make deflections, make interceptions, make big plays, and he does that. So 89 tackles last year in 2025, 4.5 tackles for loss. Now, something that I saw in his tape, he loves to go after the ball when he's tackling guys. So I saw a clip of him punching the ball out of oh my God, I'm blanking on the Arkansas quarterback. What is his name? Oh my God, I can't believe our resident Arkansas fan, an Arkansas alum, is going to hate me. Please flame me in the comments down below for the Arkansas quarterback that I can't remember. But he punches the ball out of him running down or running outside the pocket, and he's just diving down trying to get the first down, and Deontae Lawson punches the ball out. Love that. Love a guy trying to make a big play. But he has, like I said, a little bit more of a smaller frame, which is not terrible, but I think what you want to look for is potential in a second-round pick, not necessarily a start-now type of guy, because if he puts on some size, he can produce. Now, when having that good frame and having that good baseline of a linebacker and being able to mold into something even better, that's what I'm looking for in a linebacker from the second round. Now, if it was in the first round, like a Sonny Styles guy, he's ready to go. Deontae Lawson has a little bit more to get into. He's not great against the run. He is smaller for his frame, so he gets locked up with offensive linemen, which sort of doesn't. It allows the running back to sort of slip the hole and get past him. So I think if you put a little bit more muscle on him, he fills that hole that we have in the linebacker position. And if you want to bring Lavonte David back, he's gonna have to start. But if you want him to mentor a guy like Lawson, I think that's a good idea. So that's who I picked for round 2. A little bit of a different output for the PFF mock draft that I got, and we'll go as we go, or we'll continue picking. It's January, so we gotta figure out who we're gonna get later down the line. But that's who I got right now. And with our 3rd round pick and the last pick we'll do on this video, for the real ones that know, I went to Florida State, so I had to pick. I didn't have to, but I got to pick Darrell Jackson Jr., the defensive line from my Florida State Seminoles, with our third round pick, pick number 77 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, the guy, for a 3rd round pick, he has some flaws, but guys, imagine him next to Vita Vea. The guy is huge. He's a great run stopper. He's just an animal, I should say. He just causes chaos in the middle of the defensive line, and like I said, he's a run stopper. But if you continue to develop this guy, if you draft him and you develop this guy next to Vita Vea, he could eventually become your Vita Vea replacement down the line. Vita's getting a little bit older, and he's going into a contract year, I believe. So, I mean, imagine him next to Vita Vea, like having 2 Vita Veas next to each other, and then having weapons on the outside to be able to rush the passer and just get pressure on the quarterback. That's exactly what we need. He had 45 tackles last year, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 14 pressures. If you're looking at the sack and be like, Reid, he doesn't produce anything, it's because he's a run stopper. He plugs up the middle, and that's sort of what Vita Vea does. But Vita Vea is very good because he also produces up the middle as well and just blows up plays. But he is your typical run stopper, plug the middle type of guy. And, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. He feels like a Todd Bowles guy. If you get him in the middle there, he's just going to blow up plays kind of like Vita Vea does. And I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit here, but that's really all he is. He's a third-round pick, so there's nothing exciting or crazy about him where, he's going to jump off the page. It's why he was there in the third round. And I was thinking about going Chandler Rivers, the cornerback from Duke, because we do need, maybe some help on the cornerback position. But I decided to go with a guy like Darrell Jackson because I think if we win in the trenches and we win on defense, the offense is good. Maybe a few holes if you want to get a new tight end or something like that. But if you want to move on from Cade Otton, but the defense is really where we need to focus. So, choosing these guys on our first, mock draft, I think these three guys help with our major needs on the defensive side of the ball, and I think that's where the Bucs really need to focus. And Jason Licht and the Glazers need to take a step back, and Todd Bowles as well. Take a step back and realize this is something that the Bucs struggled with in 2025, and I think if you get a guy like Cashius Howell to go across Yaya Diaby and really just put thought and time and decision making into the defense, I think 2026 will be a lot better of a year than 2025 was on the defensive side of the ball. So those are my three guys. Grade my mock draft for me. A, B, C, D, or F in the comments section. Obviously, only 3 picks. This video would be probably 30 or 40 minutes long if I decided to do the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft. But let me know down in the comments section. Grade my mock draft. I know it's a little bit of a not different style, but only 3 picks. It's a little confusing. But let me know how I did in the comment section. And if you would pick somebody different in all three picks, let me know, because I was picking with who was available in my mock draft simulator for PFF. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how I did in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. And as always, make sure you hit the subscribe button and fire the cannons.